Hey guys, it's Bree. Here with my first video tutorial, so hopefully it goes well. Bear with me here. Some of you were interested in learning how to make your own watercolor word art, which is a technique I've used in some of my freebies, so I'm going to show you how to do that today. So this is something that I do in Photoshop, so if you don't have Photoshop, then it's not going to work. But if you do go to the Adobe website, then you can download a free version for 30 days. Okay, so to start, you're going to want to download the watercolor Photoshop brushes that I included a link to in the post. So once you do that, then they automatically show up in your Photoshop and they're right there. So if you click on the brush tool, you can see them all right here. Okay, so what I like to do is grab a color palette that I'm going to use to make my watercolor art with. And typically I'll go to Design Seeds, which is an awesome website. I'll link to that in the post as well. They have so many amazing palettes. You can browse by color and theme and whatever. So I grabbed one that I like and just took a screenshot of it. So I'm just going to place that into my document and kind of use that as a reference. So I'm going to make a new layer that my watercolor art is going to go on. I'm just going to grab the screenshot above it. So I'm going to start by eyedropping the first color and then hit B to switch to my brush and make sure you're on the layer that you're going to do the art on. And then just grab one of these brushes. Just click on one and you'll kind of see the different shapes there are. And I kind of like to use them pretty big. So you see if you click once, it's really light. So I like to just click a whole bunch of times to kind of make sure you get a good saturation. So I kind of just go at it and click all over the place. So then I switch to my eyedropper, click the next one, switch back to B, grab a different brush, and go after that one for a little bit. And just keep going down the line. That's a cool one. So this is all you're really going to do is just keep switching back and forth between the different colors you're using and grabbing a new brush and just kind of randomly clicking or painting, if you will, which if I was actually painting, this would look terrible. I like to try and also make sure I'm filling in a lot of the white spots, because if you're doing letters that are against a white background, then you don't want to have gaps, and then it'll kind of look like your letters aren't complete, and you might not be able to read it very well. So I just kind of go through and then start back up again at the first color I used. And you can kind of start seeing your art come to life. And if you want to use more of one color than another, then just kind of just do whatever you want to do. This color I think is my favorite, this red. So I'm going to kind of use that one on the top level. I like it because it's dark. I do like this one too though, and I really like this brush with the lines in it because it kind of looks like brush strokes. Alright. Okay, yeah, I like that. So once you have it kind of where you want it, you're going to delete your screenshot, get that out of there. And you can tell it's kind of dull, it's not very vibrant. So what I like to do is just go to Image Adjustments and go into Vibrance. And I'm just going to bump the saturation up and kind of play with the vibrance too. See how much of a difference that makes? It just kind of makes it nice and saturated and bright and pretty. Okay, so now you're going to go to Edit, Define Pattern, name this guy whatever you want to name it watercolor. Click OK. And then you're going to go into a new document, and I already have this one set out. It's just a simple quote that I made up here. So all you're going to do is go down here and click Pattern Overlay, not that one, and you'll see your pattern that you just made right here. So there's a few other ones I was playing around with earlier. So this last one is the one that I just made. So you're going to click on that, and it automatically just overlays it onto your type. So you can kind of play with this slider here and get it to where you want it to be. Obviously, the higher you go, it zooms it out a little more, or zooms it in, I should say. So kind of play with that until you get it where you want it. Click OK, and you're done. That's all you have to do. And then I usually just export it from here if I'm uploading it onto the blog to show you guys or share with you. But you can print it right from here, put it on a thumb drive, take it to Staples or wherever to get it printed, print it out, frame it, and you got some awesome art that you didn't have to get your paintbrushes out for and make a huge mess with. So this is the way I like to do it, because if I actually tried to paint this, it would look like a hot mess. So an easy tip on making some watercolor word art. I hope you guys like this video, and thanks for watching.